sometimes things need to happen, and everyone is against it. People grow complacent. But as I said, the only constant thing in life is change. It's just a question of how much you weather to it, adapt against it, so on and so forth. Silphwall is rather stalwart, and I applaud that. But you're from here, aren't you?
Not terribly from this place, actually.
I figured by your accent. Well, I'm advocating, and I'd ask you in specific, Miss Oriana, is help. I don't know what it is, what it looks like yet. But in time, I think the world is already in flux. But there will be a certain point, a catalyst. And in that time, I hope I have your help. And if you're there and not I, then you have my help. Is that agreeable?
I can't speak for the rest of the company that I travel with, but...
I'm not asking the rest of the company, I'm asking you.
Then she nods a bit more fervently. She was kind of nodding and nods a bit more fervently now. Then, yes, I think we could work together.
Here's a question. Do you go by Oriana or Morgan while you're out here?
I think...
Because she wouldn't be calling you Oriana and if you said Morgan, obviously.
I think probably this conversation is gonna probably what pushes for that instead. Should probably have some comments at the end of it. It's by the way, try Morgan. I'm gonna try that out from now on.
Very well, Miss Morgan. I will say Dextra is armed. Although that's not saying much in Silphwall. That's like saying people in Texas don't carry guns or do carry guns.
Or have poop knives.
Right, that's crazy. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, Dextra is armed. She does appear to carry a gun and a greatsword.
Those are two
It's a very
wildly different weapons.
I guess in technicality, it would be the equivalencies of a heavy thrusting sword from Elden Ring, so it's definitely more thin than wide. A finesse greatsword, I guess.
A very, very interesting weapon.
And a fucking gun.
And a fucking glizzy. Have I seen her? She doesn't participate, correct?
No, she's only a patron.
Interesting.
But
yeah. No, I can keep going for 30 minutes, but no, I'm not going to be specific.
She doesn't know when the event happens, but if you guys are still here in town for a while, and you will be, she does say that she can go over some stuff with you. She used to be a pit fighter, that's a word, pit fighter trainer.
Ooh.
I had my own time in that arena. Very little as a participant, but I saw many people pass through my classes. I doubt anyone even remembers me. No one ever remembers the trainers, the support. They only remember the heroes. The greats, the epics.
Right.
The legends.
Actually, when they pointed out, could Oriana try to remember instances of when trainers did actually pop up in these kind of stories, or are they completely right?
No. Yeah. Roll history or background information.
I could roll a background information.
I could give you the catch-all. It still happens very little. If you roll well, it says degrees of success on this.
Actually, if I roll history, then I can add a Kensai die on that son of a bitch. Although I have a +0 versus this. You know what? Fucking risk it. Just see what happens. Okay.
It does show up every now and again, but those sorts of stories are usually they used to be great and then became trainers, not
right.
Like fucking Disney's Hercules. How often do people talk about Philatides?
Exactly.
The end of the movie. that's what happened. That's the only time they say that's Phil's boy as the fucking constellation Hercules in the sky. No one talks about Phil up until that point, right? Same deal here. No one talks about the trainer, the support.
Yeah, unless they had a history of their own. Which usually the training part is and then they became a trainer, blah, 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 blah. And then the book ends.
Exactly. So, yeah, what Dexter says is pretty accurate. It just doesn't happen. And in fairness, like, there might be reasons for that, right? Like, just because you have the analytical eye doesn't mean you have the body to match it, right? Like, it's like watching, like, sports, like esports or normal sports. The commentators are fat fucks, all right? Stop talking shit on the players. You can't do much better. But in fairness, they do have experience in the industry. They know what to look for. They know they have the metrics to run against.
Right.
That doesn't mean they can do it, though. Unless you're Shaq, in which case you can probably still run circles around some fools.
I'd like to see it.
So yeah, that's just how it is, right?
Right.
But yeah, Dextra does end up training you in your guys' time here, because it's a very self-walled thing. Where, you know, like hotels have like courtyards or like swimming pools, stuff like that. Yeah, self-wall, like inns and taverns and hotels definitely have a free trading grounds, just like, you know, you would have a gym in the hotel. Yeah, you want to use a training grounds? That's a fake weapon over there? Yeah, sure, why not? Bullets, yeah, we have a complimentary amount of bullets if you want to practice your marksmanship. Sure, very Texan so far. Yeah, so Dextra does give you some pointers and tricks and stuff like that, and you definitely spot the symbol to Zolgir Fenazar on her. It's not very prominent, but as you're training with her, she definitely doesn't keep it as hidden as much. And she doesn't ever go into, like, how to say, lyrical hymn and mantras and stuff like that. She doesn't begin praying at you. To be fair, how much does one pray from Zolgir Fenazar? Who fucking knows? But she does begin telling you certain things that just sort of click with you in terms of ki. As far as you're able to tell, she doesn't have any knowledge of ki.
Right. No money.
She's just a normie.
Or with a gun.
But the way she says things, you take that and apply it yourself to ki, and that's when you begin getting this chaos of life. Life will always be chaos. It's the natural state of things. That and suffering, but that's besides the point. And you begin employing that in your training. You definitely fight. Like, you're definitely training with Altani, and you don't ever sweep her. That never happens. But to be fair, she's like 4 levels ahead of you, including aspirant stuff. It's not too surprising.
I think it'll be 5 at that point. No.
Oh, yeah, huh? Yeah. Moving on. But yeah, you definitely begin getting a grasp on this new style of fighting, and with that, you get your Persona Reverie.
Wah!
Your new Persona Reverie.
The new shiny.
Does
she also get a cool mask?
Her new Reverie.
You guys get your mask wherever you get your fucking. Because the thing is, you don't know the carnival's existing until, like, later, you know. So, like, you guys would have that point to know you need a new mask, right? So unless you wanted to do it before without any impetus from the carnival whatsoever, then you can do it now, sure. But it's not like you guys could read the future and it's like, I gotta go to carnival soon. I need a mask. like you guys don't have the power of prophecy like that, so that wouldn't happen in that regard. You guys coordinate a time with Nesty for him to show up. About a week. Or actually, let's see. If he goes slow and steady...
And then books it the rest of the way in Soulful.
Okay, it might take him a long time to get to you.
Uh-oh.
Are we able to maybe potentially, like, meet him on the road?
You guys would have to meet him up here, because he's going slow throughout all this. 20 miles a day. That's 18 days, just for this alone.
Oh, Jesus.
We could meet at the border, then.
Well, 18 days is here alone. Is that what you want to do?
Oh, shit. Okay.
And then we have to take him back because the teleportation ring is like somewhere around there-ish.
Yep. So I'll ask you guys this, like, what is your... Because if you guys are trying to get Nesty, it is going to for a lot of time. If that's time you guys are willing to spend, I don't mind. It is 40 miles a day, normal travel, 60 miles fast, 20 miles slow. You guys have Outrider Steed, so you guys can accelerate from 60 to 120 fast, just basically doubling your speed. He doesn't have an Outrider Steed. Not that he didn't want to bring one along.
Yeah, slow him down, if anything. I mean...
So
like,
what are you guys' decision? If you guys met him like here, then that would be better because then he'd be traveling only like this amount of distance.
Yeah, yeah. Because if you've got the outrageous
Then
steeds,
on the way up, we just
ride
pass
that,
these
right?
idiots.
Yeah, no,
If-
just ooh.
I'd say you guys probably don't, just for simplicity's sake.
Yeah. We could potentially go into the Farkas Peninsula. Yeah, I think because that would be faster.
Would it respectably save us how much time if we met him like there, like on that line?
This is 10 days for him to get there alone.
And then us
You guys just
traveling
spent
up during
4.
that time.
You guys are going fast up until at least here. You guys are going fast all the way up to here. That's 120, so 5 days. So you guys could, with the 4 days you're spending doing this, as well as a couple of days you're spending in Duvers doing all that shit, you guys could meet him here at roughly the same time.
And then,
Okay.
and then it would take
This is not a safe zone though.
right.
Once you pass this borderline, it is not a safe zone.
Mm-hmm.
But we'd be saving in total.
I don't know, like fucking 10 days,
Yeah.
a month.
I think if we want to get him and get back in time for a certain event that our characters don't know of, but we know of, I think we kind of have to. We just kind of have to risk it.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to do
Both you roll me stealth at disadvantage.
Can I quickly cast,
Pass that
This is not something that happens in the course of an hour. It's the course of a day.
Goddamn.
And I wouldn't be able to put a Kensai die on that, I'm assuming.
No.
Just disadvantage, you said, yeah. Please.
You're going through your terrain, so I'll give you advantage. Yours neutralizes out.
Okay.
Well, 15's actually better than I was hoping.
Oh, there
And you got a fucking 22, easy. We're the best. Definitely don't get seen.
Both you had a D10 from Altani.
Oh.
What's...
I definitely...
She definitely is not able to give you like Bardics at the entire fucking day, but I'd rather just give you guys. So what was that? So
Well, we suck.
17 plus 23. Thank you, Alec. Thank you. Both of you. My bad. No, wait. No. I got where it kicks into the stuff. One you roll me D100. If your 20 is your threshold. You want to roll below. You have a 1 in 5 chance of succeeding.
Oh my
That's easy.
god.
I rolled 13 last time. You can roll a 10.
Oh, I'm not gonna.
Just be better. Be better than me. You can do it.
Fuck.
Well, that's 13 if you flip it.
I'm good technically. Ah, shit. I don't got no inspos. Oh well.
Both of you roll me a death save.
Oh shit.
This is dangerous territory out here, and there's only 3
Oh,
of you.
fuck.
Death save. Hey!
Both of you mark down a single death save. If it comes up at all during the carnival, then it comes up. That is one that will stay there until the end of the time skip.
Okay.
Meaning, if you guys keep doing dangerous things throughout the time skip and you accrue 3 failed death saves, your character fucking dies during the time skip.
Yep.
But ideally, that won't happen. Ideally. You guys have a the carnival gets on fire by dwarf.
This is just a terrorist
Fuck your fun.
incident.
Fuck your fun.
She's dead.
Fuck your fucking fun.
You want to get fucking fun, man? You can get to fuck, mate. We're not doing that here.
Let's see. What sort of nasty thing do you guys run into up there?
A
Question.
dabbler.
I was trying so hard not to say that.
I mean, it could be the Gaggler if you guys want.
No, I'm okay.
I almost want it just for the bit.
No.
If it shows up now during this, it can't show up later. That's rules. We only fight things once, right?
No.
I don't trust that. No.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Yeah.
No, that's
Okay.
a game I do not want to play.
Okay, I know what happens. Here's what happens. You guys are traveling quick and fast through the Farkas Peninsula. And you guys keep going down what constitutes the road. It's not exactly a cobble road. It sometimes is a dirt path. Sometimes it just is overgrown. But you guys do continuously pass these lamp posts, like like a piece of wood in the shape of an L that's hanging a lantern at the end of it. As you guys are entering the Farcast Peninsula, this isn't too surprising. You just figure it's like some Nevros
bullshit
people's like not bullshit. No, it's just a fucking lantern, right?
Oh hell yeah!
It's literally just a lantern that you'd see on like the side of a road. It's like, okay, it's just people setting up lights at the road. Makes sense. Right, because you can't overgrow the lamppost as usual as, I don't know, the fucking ground. Makes sense. As you guys go deeper and deeper in, you guys get the feeling that you're being stalked. It keeps happening. You never find exactly what it is. Both your own perception checks.
I don't think Altani has guidance. I'm pretty confident in saying that. Perception. I fucking am blind.
Okay. Anushka, at a certain point, you do spot something. And I'll send it to you.
Oh no.
Something that looks like that. Only for a split second from behind a tree.
I don't like that.
They have a lantern at their side.
Oh, I know what that is.
You keep seeing lanterns, even as you go miles upon miles into the Farcast Peninsula, far beyond any normal outreach of civilization's capabilities. Sometimes these lantern posts are overgrown, sometimes they're freshly planted. You could see the fresh impact into the dirt. Lanterns. And it doesn't even matter if you guys try to detour, there's a lantern there. Every fucking time. You guys investigate the lantern posts, trying to see if there's some sort of incantation or mark or iconography on it. No, there never is. There never is. Anushka, roll me your nature. You're trained in that, right?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
I do have advantage. Do one more.
Can I
Never
give
mind.
her a D4?
E.
Differ from what?
The thing we do that. The thing she just got. That one.
Sure.
I mean, I guess that's what
I
that
don't
3 plus 3 is.
Yeah.
So
This wood you've never seen before. The materials for that lantern you've never seen before. The fact that there's not actually fire inside that lantern and giving it glow you've never seen before.
Uh,
Yeah,
You don't know what is shocking you, but you guys certainly begin losing sleep over it.
Yeah.
Altani even goes so far as to just outright challenge it at a certain point.
square up.
Yeah. Fucking fight me, you little bitch.
Oh my god. She's like,
And she's the one that succeeds. She wins the fight.
leave the monster alone!
No, she does not win the fight. In fact, you guys ever even see what even hits her? All you do know is that at a certain point, the sound of some sort of cipher sickle slicing across flesh occurs, and there is a bunch of blood spilled across the ground, and Altani falls unconscious immediately.
Oh, okay.
You manage to heal her back up, and she certainly gains a new level of concern about where you guys are traveling. But she does intuit, or say, or thinks she's intuiting, that it hasn't killed you yet, even though it absolutely has the capability to. And she just begins whispering to you guys, why? Why is he doing this?
For fun.
Likes to play with its fucking food? I don't know.
Maybe.
Ugh.
Maybe. You guys eventually arrive at the rendezvous site, but you are a day ahead of Nesty because you guys just outright travel faster. And honestly, with this, you might put a bit more pep in your step.
We arrive a day and a half early.
You guys have to wait here a whole day.
He shows up. It's a fucking barricaded fort.
Can you please, both of you, roll me wisdom saving throws?
Oriana uses her
Oh my god.
thing. I don't have bless, but I do have this. I rolled so good. I'm so sorry. For you.
So living was nice.
I would say
how's that
someone we
Tiny
didn't
do?
actually we didn't incorporate onto that, Garth. Only one person can be active with this capability at a time.
Oh, that's balanced. That makes sense.
Yeah, because like if you just spam it across everyone, then it's the same
Yeah.
as fucking the bond of peace, which is not the point of this.
I'll put that in there real quick. But also, this is like a day or two later, so it's like.
Yeah. 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 So here's an interesting thing. Have you heard of the racial, I guess, or monstrous, or whatever trait, sunlight sensitivity?
Yes.
Congratulations, Anushka. For the rest of the time skip, you have torchlight sensitivity. If it's not the darkness of the Gloomstalker capabilities you have, or the sunlight of the sun in the sky, if you are walking in a dark night with a torch and a lantern or whatever next to you, you'd rather be in the dark because you feel safer there.
Is she basically like a filthy like drow now? Is that what it?
No, because you can still walk
You don't
around in
get
the
the
daylight
benefits.
and everything.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Just hisses at every single like candle she sees.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
While in torchlight, you suffer disadvantage on attack rolls as well as wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. And I'll bump it up a bit, and wisdom saving throws against being frightened.
So you're only
Yeah, let
going
me
to the
write that
carnival
down
during the
before I
day.
Smile.
So
Well,
is it
that's the thing. If you're in a room and that has torchlight in it and no daylight in it, that's the same effect. It doesn't matter if it's nighttime outside.
just if you're in darkness, you'd rather be in the darkness with no light in, basically.
Exactly. Well, you in specific, considering you can go
Yeah,
invisible in the dark. So
Well, yeah. So that was attacks and saving throws with disadvantage, right?
attacks, perception checks that rely on sight, and then wisdom saving throws against being frightened.
Shit.
You guys set up, and as you guys make camp and in a more stable position for a day, you actually hear the lamppost being slammed into the ground out in the distance. Bunk, bunk, bunk. Someone hammering it into the ground.
I want to chase that thing down so bad, but I also don't want to.
No, you don't want to. You will fucking die.
But we can hear it hammering it out. I want to catch it in the act.
You don't see the
don't
lamppost
interrupt someone
unless you guys
hammering one
go out. It does set up on the way you guys came in, not the way forward.
So it's just making a nice path for us on the way back.
Yeah,
He's just
it's
going
you guys here. I will say,
It's probably here for Nestle.
this isn't necessarily in relation to Nessie, considering how you guys have been stalked since all the way down here. There have been no animals nearby the whole time. No
It's hungry.
crickets or birds or I don't know, rabbits. I don't fucking know, wolves, bears, and that sort of stuff.
Oh
After a day of hearing punk, 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 or the sound of like a chain swinging, a lantern, beep, 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 just going back and forth, just swaying in the wind. After a day of this slow suffering,
Oh my god, it's gonna be so jittery at this point, like I swear.
And this is why you have torchlight sensitivity.
I know.
that's exactly it.
That's
exactly
shitting
it.
herself.
Yeah. You guys finally managed to regroup with Nesty. And the way he shows up probably doesn't help your situation.
Surprise.
Because he shows up like a fucking ghost. You just hear him say, out from behind a bush, like fucking Fortnite bush sort of shit, Anushka.
So I
Altai
guess...
immediately jumps up and grabs a grip of her blade.
I suppose Anushka will mildly shit herself. And then I guess upon realizing it's time, we'll just literally just torpedo towards him and like just big ass
You don't
fire.
see him as a thing. You just hear him from behind a bush.
Shit!
He ain't getting spotted. There's crazy shit around here.
Yeah.
Can't imagine what.
Did she follow the sound of his voice?
Yeah, you can look over there and walk over there.
Cool.
You
Is
go
he...
over and you don't spot him. As you begin walking, you don't spot him. And then he just says, down here. And you're standing on top of him.
Oh, okay.
He has a full fucking ghillie suit.
Oh my god. Yep, she will hop off, crouch on down next to him, I guess.
He rolls over, revealing like the non-Gilly suited like kit on his like front side, and begins like looking around, and then he eventually grabs like his rifle and uses it to heft himself up. Looks around again, pulls down the hood that is like the Gilly suit. I think we're there. How you been, girl? Bonk. Bonk, bonk.
No.
What is
She'll
that?
just kind of do the, yeah, okay. And then, yeah, just go in for a hug, I guess.
Like, you hug onto him, and he, like, hugs you back with one arm and pats you, like, on the top of your head, because he's definitely taller than you. But he never looks at you. He keeps looking in the direction of the, like, where the bonk, bonk, bonk was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Are you too rested?
What, sorry?
Are you too rested?
I could not me particularly, to be honest. We've had a little friend following us most of the way here. I couldn't say for the rest of it, though. Nearly, yeah.
Rested.
Wait here, then. Both of you wait here, then. He begins, like, walking towards the direction of the bonk, 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 and you guys lose sight of him through the tree line, the bush, and the shrubbery, and the overgrown nature that is the north.
Gotta make a shoe, one way or the other.
She could just squats down in, like, the little area that she was, and she's just like,
Is he gonna be alright? Is he gonna be alright? He just sort of walked at it.
oh, he'll be fine. Just very casually, like, yep.
You begin hearing some instrument get played out there. In like the fucking tune of like, I don't know, like the goddamn Hunger Games noise, like the whistle.
Oh no.
I don't fucking know what the pitch of it is. But if something gets played like that from like a flute of some sort.
Huh.
So
Then you hear the sound of something like shattering, like glass. Or like a light bulb, like, and then a cascade of little pops. Then he returns back after about 10 minutes.
Cool.
Tucking his flute into his little kit.
Nishka just sort of turns to Altyne's like, see, he's fine.
What was that? Just an
Second
old
the opinion.
Just an old legend. I'll tell you about it when we're back somewhere safer. No, come on. The night's the best time to move.
Okay.
Altyne's like, bro.
Honestly, I would say just trust his opinion on this one.
Sure. It's the best time to move. And the way should be clear the whole time back. For now. So let us not squander it. You guys mount up and begin returning back. So from here back to Vindacio. Assuming you guys are able to go fast speed, which is what he's saying you should do. 5 days. 5 and a little change. We'll say 6. Actually, he's a ranger. He would know the best routes. He's a master ranger. So we'll cut that travel time down in half. So when I say 6, 3. And you're not quite sure. And Oriana, as like a more logical-ish person, and Altai definitely voices this, the distance you guys travel and the time it takes to travel don't make sense. But Anushka, you know, as a fellow ranger and as his protege, sometimes the world will work with you. You just have to be understanding.
Yeah. I imagine she's just got like complete trust in like whatever you're saying. She's just like, yep, this is true.
Oriana's just trusting that progress is being made. And then it is made. So it's like, oh, hey, that worked.
Yeah. So, you guys travel back.